עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. ואמרו
Shalom, shalom, everybody. So nice to have you with us on this beautiful Wednesday evening here in Southern California. Glad to see you are all with us and can share in a little Zoom Siyyum and some Omer County with us this evening. Shalom to everybody's out there. Shalom to Rabbi. We were listening to a little Nava Tehillah, a little music of rejoicing and celebration there at the end. Anyway, shalom. Great to see you, Reb.
Erev Tov, everyone. Good to be with you. Hi to those of you here with us on Zoom, and also to Donna and Adele and Debbie and Ellen and Beth and Chris. To all of you, great to have you with us. So we'll get started in a second with a song and then a story. So let's get started with the song.
Eveinu shalom alechem, shubab shubab alechem. Eveinu shalom, shubidubab shubab shubab. Eveinu shalom alechem, shubab shubab alechem. Eveinu shalom. Hinei matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Oh baby, Eveinu shalom alechem, shubab shubab alechem. Eveinu shalom, shubidubab shubab shubab. Eveinu shalom alechem, shubab shubab alechem. Eveinu alechem, Eveinu alechem. Eveinu shalom.
In the middle of the garden, there was a big tree with a big sign with big letters that said, "Don't even think of eating the fruit from this tree." Of course, when Adam and Eve ate from the tree, God kicked them out of the garden right away, which proves that if God puts up a sign, you should read it. Life outside the garden was pretty hard. In the garden, most every tree had fruit, most every day was sunny, and most every animal was nice. But outside the garden, lots of trees had bugs, lots of days were cold, and lots of animals wanted to bite, sting, or squash Adam and Eve. Because of all the hard, cold, biting stuff that was outside the garden, Adam was sure that God lived only inside the garden. Adam was sad about not living near God anymore, but most days Adam was just too busy to be sad. Adam had to spend a lot of time in the fields, plowing and sowing seeds and keeping the weeds away and watching out for animals with sting or bite potential. But whenever Adam wasn't busy, he was sad. In the garden, Adam would sometimes sit all day talking to God. Adam would talk to God about the sky and the water and the mountains and the valleys. But the thing that Adam talked about most with God was his feelings. Adam would see a beautiful sunset, a perfect flower, a fine spider web, a bird with colored feathers, or a little fish in the pond. And then Adam would smile, this huge smile that seemed to come from his toes and wrap around his face and make his whole body shine. And Adam would try to explain to God just how he felt seeing beautiful things all around. Sometimes Adam could not find the right words to explain how he felt, and he would just throw up his hands and say, "God, do you know how I feel?" Then God would answer in a still, small voice, "I know how you feel." Then God would kiss Adam with the breath of wind, and the two of them would go their separate ways until the next day. Now that Adam was outside the garden, he remembered those talks with God. He was afraid they would never happen again, and he was sad. One day in the fields, he saw a beautiful sunset. It was not quite as red and purple and orange and yellow as the sunsets in the garden, but it was nice. Adam threw his hands up and said, "God, do you know how I feel?" But Adam heard nothing. Another day, Adam came upon a flower. There were not as many flowers outside the garden, but this was a beautiful red one with yellow inside. Adam smelled the flowers and smiled. Adam shouted, God, do you know how I feel? But Adam still heard nothing. One morning, Adam came upon a spider web and thought it was not as fine and big and beautiful as the spider webs in the garden, but it was covered with dew that sparkled in the morning light. And Adam cried, God, do you know how I feel? But Adam heard nothing. One day, Adam saw a flock of geese flying somewhere, and he yelled at the geese, come back here, birds. Tell me where you're going. Tell me about the sky and what it's like to fly and how it is to live in a place with no walls, and I will tell you how I feel. But the geese didn't stop, and Adam heard nothing but their honking as they flew off into the gray sky. Then one day, Adam came to the edge of a clear blue pond. Near the water's edge, there was a school of fish swimming around. Adam sat down on a rock, put his head into his hands, and started to cry. First, it was a little cry, but soon his whole body was shaking and his tears were dripping into the pond like rain. Each teardrop scared the little fish as it hit the water, but they swam back to him when the water became still again. Soon Adam stopped crying. He looked at the fish and said nothing. Just then, the sun came out from behind a cloud, warming his face. A breath of wind blew against his cheeks and dried his tears. And all of a sudden, a small, still voice said, I know how you feel. God, is that you? Adam asked. Do you live out here? God said, I live everywhere you let me in. I called to you so many times, Adam said. Why didn't you answer me? God said, I was always answering you. It's just that outside the garden, you have to listen a little harder to hear me. Things are not as quiet out here. I miss the garden, said Adam. I know how you feel, said God. I'm sorry I had to kick you out. Everything was good there, but maybe it was too good. The garden was a little small. You didn't have to work for anything. Even though things are harder outside the garden, you will appreciate what you have. Also, there are no walls out here, and you are needed to make things grow and work. Being a place that's perfect may not be as good for you as being in a place where you are needed. Outside the garden, your children's children's children can grow and spread out and fill this great big earth. Come to think of it, I'm not really sure which is better, being in the garden or being outside the garden. Then Adam smiled and said to God, I know just how you feel. And God kissed Adam with a breath of wind. All right. Let's take a moment and say hello. Becca, are you there? Do you want to say hello?
Go ahead.
Hi.
They can't
Hi.
see you. Come here.
So
Becca, nobody can see you.
I had a fun at my grandma's house, and my auntie was there. She went somewhere, and tonight I'm going to send her a link to a pixie party. And then I think she'll hand the link and she'll watch the video how to make a party for the pixie dust. And then she'll do it tomorrow, I think, when I Skype her.
So you're getting her all ready for her pixie party, huh?
I'm gonna get her a pixie ball for her next birthday.
Wow. Lots of pixies. Good to see you. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to share? No? Okay. Hi to Patricia, who's also with us out there. And I'm going to share my screen. There it is. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer.
הנני מוכן ומזומן לקיים מצוות עשה של ספירת העומר. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer.
We give praise to you, Holy One of Blessing, who makes us holy through mitzvot and commands us to count the Omer.
Ayom Tisha u'shloshim yom shehem chamisha shavuot ve'arba'a yamim la'omer.
Today is the 39th day, which is 5 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. It's also Cinco de Mayo. But there we go.
I know that.
All right. Let's move into, Aurora's with us now and the foxes. Aurora, did you have anything that you want to share today? Go ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
Someone comes over today.
Do you remember who it was?
No.
It was Alita, who's kind of like
Alita.
Mommy's sister. Mommy's known her since she was 5, and I've known their family. Our families are very close.
No.
They're her and her brother are kind of like Mommy's extra siblings.
Very
Cool.
cool.
And what did we do, Aurora, with Alita?
We played in the playground.
We went to the park.
Oh, did you have a good time at the park, Aurora?
I went on monkey bars for the
Oh,
first time.
that was your first time using the monkey bars?
Think.
No, you've used them before.
You just haven't been at the park in like over a year. You don't remember.
Yeah, I did the last time, so I magic.
That's fun. Monkey bars are good.
Alita doesn't live around here, so it was an extra special treat. I haven't seen her since I was pregnant with Aurora.
Wow.
Yeah, the last time I saw her was at my baby shower for Aurora.
Wow.
Mama.
So that must have been special for you, Lonnie.
Yeah, it was. I don't think I realized how much I miss seeing people.
All right, is Ronan there? Can we say hello? There he is. Hi, Ronan.
Ronan, are you showing your beads?
Good to see you.
Do you want to say anything, Ronan?
He wants to say mute. That's what he said. Push the button. Good to see everybody. All right. Let's move into our Shema Hashkivenu prayers.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom L'shalom Ve'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim Fros aleinu sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings העמידנו שומרנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך
Just a couple of announcements. Always remind you to check your congregational email. We have a number of things coming up in the upcoming days. We have this Friday night is our Social Action Shabbat. We'll be learning a little bit more about a couple of our partners that we work closely with, Inland Valley Hope Partners and Uncommon Good. So that's an opportunity as part of our Shabbat Classic service this Friday night. We also have our shopping spree and auction coming up just after Shavuot, which reminds us that we also have Shavuot coming up, as well as we finish counting the Omer, and the next day is Shavuot. And we will have an evening study session, including Cantor Paul and me and Tammy Schneider and Gary Gilbert. Good learning and some music and prayer. And then on Shavuot morning, we will have a Shavuot morning service. And also just to take note of the fact that May 21st is our first in-person service. There will be information beginning to go out, not this Thursday, but a week from Thursday, as far as how to register. And we ask for pre-registration for that service. So how to do that. And it's hopefully we'll learn the things we need to learn from this first service so that we can then begin to do it regularly on a regular basis, have an in-person opportunity. So that's the things that are coming up. Anything else you want to add, Cantor Paul?
Only that I have my spring class is coming up starting on a week from tonight, Wednesday, May 12th, on the Jewish literature of Latin and South America. Emails with details on that first class and some additional information has already gone out to those who've registered. If you are still interested, you're welcome to join us. Just let the TBI office know, and if you can't get a hold of our core text by Amazon, either as an ebook or as a paperback, there are some paperbacks available in the office. Just have to let them know you're coming and stop by and pick one up. It should be a very interesting class with a lot of special guests.
Great. Let's close with a song.
Let me think. What song should I do today? Oh, I know. It's Cinco de Mayo. So let's do something that honors that. Adon olam asher malach terem kol yetzir nivra leit nasa bechefso kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kiglot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu hayav ve'hu hoveh ve'hu yeh b'tifara
Tov, everyone. Thanks for being with us. Hope to see you all soon. Take care.
Cinco de Mayo Sameach para